So a few things to unpack here and just kind of go over what we got in store for the next little bit on, I guess, stuff that we've had on the shelf for the Elantra N. Just haven't actually gotten around to do it. So a couple bits here. I'm gonna save this box for a couple minutes from now. But first up, we do have some basically just the like the plate that when you open the door, it's kind of on the door sills, I guess. There we go. So first up we have, here we go. Not sure if you can kind of see that through the packaging here. Here, let's grab a knife and get that opened up here. All right, that away. All right, so here we go. So, N Performace sill plates, basically. So, I've had these just kind of on the shelf. Pretty easy, looks like to install. Just unclip the factory one, and then this one just clips in place. Nice little N Performace badge on there. So, that'll be up on the docket for install. Let's just get these put away for now. And then we'll open up the next couple of boxes here. There we go. So got those tucked away, safe and sound. Get those installed in a couple minutes. All right, this is the one I'm most excited for. It's gonna hopefully kind of just change the feel of the inside a little bit. Give it a little bit of a custom, not custom, I guess. It'll be an OEM plus feel to it. So get this box out of the way here. So this is the N Performace steering wheel. So the same kind of as the OEM size, but instead of it being the leather wrapped, it is, as you can see, suede. Absolutely beautiful. And it does have the Performance blue stitching on there as well. So let me get a little bit closer there. There we go. So yeah, so that is going to be absolutely beautiful addition. But along with that, also going to do the Elantra N or the Kona N steering pod upgrade. So what this does is this will actually get this opened up. With this on the back here, like so, it is actually going to give us the little pod for our NGS button. So we're changing this up. The NGS button, as most of you know, on the Elantra N, doesn't really come out in a great spot. It's just kind of that little tiny button. So I really do like the look with the updated centerpiece in it. It'll just kind of change the vibe of that. I don't use the NGS that much on there. And a lot of that is basically for that reason. That button's so small and kind of tucked away in there. It's not really what I am looking for to use right away type thing. So that's going to swap or change that up. Along with that, let me bring this box back here. So these are from, let me see, Sxth Element there. Reason we're doing this part is these are the magnetic paddles. So it just crisps, makes the shifts a little bit more crispy feeling. Let me see if I can get one out here. Now listen to this. That on the shifts is gonna feel so good. But yeah, so I got this, and then I went with just the regular dry carbon paddle, just to give it a little bit of that change up in the interior. Try to refresh it, I guess, with doing the suede bits. Here we go. So yeah, these are the paddles. Nice thick pieces of carbon that are cut. Very, very clean looking. Your plus and your minus individually. There we go, plus, minus. So those are going to be beautiful on the inside behind this steering wheel. And then shifting with that clack sound, that's going to make it just nice. So I'm excited for that for sure. So the combination of all of these things put together is, I feel, really where it's gonna just give it that freshening up. Now, along with that, do have a couple other of the Performance interior pieces. So the suede shift boot with the suede topped DCT. So that for the Veloster N, beautiful little OEM upgrade there. And then also, this one's gonna be interesting to install. I've been reading on the how-to on it, so it should be pretty. Oops, that's not from there. Get that. So this piece is the big one. So I'm not gonna unwrap this one, but this is the armrest. So we'll be having those kind of 3 elements built into there. And also, the last big one is the OEM Performance e-brake and boot. So this whole assembly, this one's gonna take a bit to install, I'm sure. It looks a little bit more complex than the rest of them, but I'm up for the challenge, so probably not going to get to these ones today, but going to work on getting some of the other pieces. Then I got to track down where I have the NGS button, because it's in another, it's on another shelf somewhere, so going to track that stuff down, get it all laid out, and that's going to be kind of the start of the next series of events with the Veloster N. All right, be back in a moment. All right, let's try this again. So, was able to just find the other piece that I was looking for. It's this little guy right here. So this is the base. I think this one was out of the Kona N or the Elantra N. I can't remember which part number I ordered, but this will help reposition that NGS button to be a little bit more accessible. So using that in combination with the steering wheel, try to just kind of lay it together here. There we go. So I was able to get it. So this, in combination with the new paddles, I think it's just going to bring a new level of fun to driving the car. Simple mods. Yeah, I'm very looking forward to it. So I'm just going to kind of work on getting these things kind of all prepped, find out exactly how to do the install, because I don't want to be breaking any clips or anything along that lines. And then, yeah, work on getting this thing installed. I'll bring you along the journey as that progresses, though, that's for sure. Alright guys, what's going on? So, just continuing on, I know I showed you guys a bunch of the Alcantara stuff a little bit earlier in the video here, but what we're going to do now is, oh, sorry, I had it on the new mount there. We're actually going to go through the process of removing this good old little steering wheel. So I've got the bottom side of the airbag already unclipped, battery's already disconnected, basically did all the safety precautions in that sense, so going through it now, just gonna pop the airbag out, and then once I get that other side here clipped out, we'll put them both on the counter after I get the steering wheel actually removed. Pretty straightforward, bunch of clips to remove, and then also some, actually a 22 millimeter main nut for the steering wheel itself. So let's get this other side popped out, and then yeah, we'll kind of see what it looks like behind it before I undo all the clips, and then also undo the bolt itself. So let's get to work. All right, just got some light here. There we go, super bright. But yeah, was able to get the airbag unclipped. Pretty straightforward actually. Flat screwdriver in the back of the steering wheel in these 2 little slots here, as you can see. And then once you push it in, push down, and it just basically unclips. Kind of see it there. Oop. So it just basically unclips the 2 sides of the airbag, and then she is free. Let's take a look back there. So we have a couple clips to undo here, just on the back of the airbag itself, and then just from the steering wheel. So gonna get those unclipped, and then I'll show you guys what the nut and everything kind of looks like inside here, and then we'll get the whole thing popped off, put it up on the desk, and take a look at comparison between the new one and the existing. So okay, so there we go. So as you can see, we have the 22 millimeter nut, this guy right here. We'll get that popped off. There's a couple clips again on the back of the airbag, so we'll make sure we are very careful with those. Also, it's always good to remember what color goes in which side, because I don't know if they actually do have a certain side that they can go in or not, and they don't look to be, oh, maybe they are color coordinated underneath there as well. So either way, we'll get this guy here undone, and then undo these, what was it, 4 clips? Yeah, 4 clips, and then should be good to go. All right, so just another look at the clips here. So this guy here came out of this little spot here. Pretty simple clip, just push down at the top there and thing comes undone. These guys here, you need a two-part, two flat screwdrivers, pull up the little clip on either side, and then they should pop out as well. And then the only other one is back behind here. It's just a nice big connector. So we'll get those. I want to get this part undone first, get it out of the way, and then I'll be able to show you that part there a little bit easier. So yeah, so far pretty straightforward. Difficulty rating, I mean, as long as you have a flat screwdriver that fits in there, probably 1.5 out of 10 so far. So not bad at all. Okay, so airbags removed, just those 3 clips, and then the little area that was being held in with the little, it's kind of like a little clamp clip on the actual back of the airbag. And then on here, there is that nut that I was referring to, and then just this clip here. So pretty easy, just a matter of getting this guy unclipped here. I mean, I should probably just do it with my fingers here, but get that guy unclipped and out of the way. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll get that guy out now, and then yeah, should be pretty straightforward from there. Pull it out, and then we'll get her up on the bench. Okay, so got that guy undone there. Turns out it was not a 22, it was a 21, but basically just threw it on the little impact and she popped right out. So now the other big thing to check when doing the steering wheel, let me just kind of zoom in there. Those guys right there, those little markings, you want to make sure that that is documented. With this one, it shows 2, so I'm going to basically follow with the new steering wheel to keep that aligned with the dots that are there. So it should be pretty straightforward. Some of the teeth kind of look already a little bit not straight, I guess. Let me zoom in on there. So that one there kind of looks like it's rolled over a little bit, but either way, we'll get it swapped out here and go from there. All right, so steering wheel OEM is out. There we go there. Beautiful looking steering wheel. However, I'm excited for this guy here. This is the N Performace steering wheel. So I'm gonna basically get this one swapped over like I had showed before. Get the new part in for the NGS button. This one's nice. I don't use the button too much. I don't know if it's because I just don't remember it's there. So I'm really hoping that with this, it'll just give it a little bit more spice. So yeah, so essentially we're just gonna pop out this side here, because this side's getting replaced as well as the actual paddles themselves are getting replaced. So let's get these all cracked open. So got the new NGS button side there. I know some of the features aren't going to work from what I've read, because the button is still slightly different, given that these ones don't have the adaptive cruise control, I think it is. Yeah, so if we look at the button layout here, it is still slightly different, but I think it's the the adaptive cruise control button. That one obviously won't function, so should be good though. We're gonna get it swapped out and get it into the new module over here. Just got to do a little bit of trimming, I understand, from the back plate over here. I'll get this out of the way here. I think from what I understand, a couple of these little pieces have to get trimmed down, so gonna do a little bit of research on that, make sure I got that all sorted out, and get that worked on right now. All right. Okay, so got the steering wheel out, as you can see. Had to flip her over. Got the old paddles out. Pretty easy. There, once you go inside the steering wheel, there's 2 little screws. Those little copper guys right there, or brass, whatever they are. Basically just undo, and then a little bit of prying on the bottom side here, and it pops right out. These little clips here, they're an interesting one. They look like they have a button on them to press, but they, at this point, just look like they just pull right out. So it was pretty easy too. A little bit stressful, I guess you'd say, trying to get those out. Where's the hole? Oh, at the side there. So a little bit stressful trying to get those out, because obviously don't want to break anything. So got those out of the way. Now just a couple screws here. So there's 1 there, 2 there, 1 more over there. And then, from my understanding, this back plate just kind of disconnects. I did take this piece out here. This is going to have to get transferred over to the new wheel. I'm not really sure what it does, but it's heavy, and it looks like it needs to go on the other wheel because it's not on that one. So, got that undone. So now I'm just going to basically flip this guy back over here. Flip this guy back over, As you can see, there's a couple little cables that just have to make their way out, and voila. So the back plate is free now, looks like. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, little ground cable. So basically I gotta undo that little guy there, and then this back plate will be free from this. I'm gonna get it transferred over to this, and then once that's done, I can work on getting that back plate isn't going. I just need the cables out of it. So that back plate's gonna be set aside, reattached to this steering wheel. The new back plate, this guy here, as you can see, slightly or distinctly different. This is gonna go on here once all the cables are in, and then that will be connected up as well. So, yeah. I guess keep on plugging away. Okay, just another little difference here that I noticed. So this is the original one here. It has these oval slots, which nothing really went through. So I think they were just kind of like guidelines on the actual back of the OEM wheel. That guy in there. So I'm gonna trim these ones down because these aren't in the right spot. Got this one kind of cut down. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Not too happy with that right now. Then this one here is gonna trim down. Same idea, just get nice and flat. Then we'll get these things put back onto the back of the new wheel. For this guy here, with the new assembly, I'm gonna have to basically undo, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, and that whole thing should just pop right out. Maybe this one here too, it looks like that's kind of holding it in. So gonna get that one swapped out, get the new one back in, and then we'll put that all back in this wheel. So again, not too difficult in that sense, just a little bit not really time consuming, just a matter of going through the process and making sure you don't miss anything, I guess you'd say. But yeah, let's keep on working away. Okay, so got everything transferred over to the N Performance wheel. Let's flip her over, and there we go. So NGS button, got everything else kind of lined up here. Suede, we'll have to kind of brush it off, but just a couple more pieces here. So now I'm going to insert the paddles here. Let's get these guys back out. So yeah, so I kind of showed a little bit of these before, but I'm gonna get these popped in now. Absolutely love how these sound. Full magnetic, or I think they're magnetic. I'm not sure exactly what the name was, but they should be super fun and also quite aggressive sounding. So I'm excited for these. Let's get them installed. All right, so got the one side of the shifters in, working on the other side right now. Pretty easy. Beautiful little layout on them here. Oh, sorry, wasn't even focusing on it. So just the two sides there, the one on that side, and then once it's in place, just put the one screw in there. Yeah, it's a really tight fit. The plug there fits in nicely back into the spot on the new shifter. But so far it's been pretty seamless install. I did have one more piece to trim on the back plate. I didn't realize. So those horizontal slots that I was talking about on this one here, that's actually where the locks for the airbag go into. So I just trimmed it out, just a nice little angle there, just to clean it up. So that way when it is back in the car, if I ever need to get the airbag out again for whatever reason, I can reach in and get those with the flat screwdriver. So that was the only other bit that I had to modify a little bit there as well with the back plate. But yeah, I am so looking forward to the drive with these. Should just give it a nice fresh clicking feel in there. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this plugged back in, get this guy pressed in there, and then we'll put the absolutely beautiful paddles on there. Nice little detail there. Dry carbon, pretty sturdy. So I'm gonna get those installed here. Yeah, let's carry on. All right, so got her all back together here. Let's get this thing kind of picked up here. That is that's the look right there. So we have the new paddles in behind the Alcantara steering wheel with the NGS button. Oh, I am excited. So same process to put it back in. Basically just line up those dots, get that 21 millimeter bolt hammered back in. I just have to look up the torque spec on it, but I mean tight, basically as long as it's tight, we're good to go. But yeah, so we'll get that going. Just a nice quick little look at the engine bay here. As you can see, she's come along quite nicely as well. Not too much left to do under here. I do possibly have a deal worked out with another company on doing some other stuff there, but that's still got to pan out, so we'll see how that goes. Other than that, yeah, let's hop back in the car here. Oh, I don't show this one off enough. If you guys are looking for those, it does kind of, the Pierce Motorsports strut tower brace, it does kind of interfere somewhat with the hood a little bit, as you can kind of see, but the rigidity that this thing gives you on the car is absolutely worth it in my opinion. I've got the upper, I've got the lower 4-point brace plus the 2-point brace, and then I do have the rear bracing from Pierce Motorsports as well. I recommend it. That's all I gotta say at this point. The car basically is super stiff, 3 wheels, a lot going in and out of things. The added rigidity around corners and things of that nature as well definitely has made it a more exciting drive along with everything else that's on there. So yeah, let's hop back in the car, get this bad boy installed, and then maybe we'll take her for a first drive tomorrow. Right now it's kind of late, got some other stuff I need to do, so we'll get back to it, finish this up. Okay, so got everything lined back up, so we got to get these cables fed back through the little port here, get this back in, and then there's the cable inside here which will go back in the plug. But we want to make sure this is all lined up nice and straight here, because that would not be fun. These 2 little indicators go in the 2 little posts back here, so that keeps it nice and lined up and super straight. So super easy to do. But yeah, let's get this fed back through here. And then, oh, like I was just saying, super easy to do, but the thing doesn't want to straight in line. So basically gonna get these lined up here. Looks like I'm lined up with those dots, so we'll just kind of push it on like I said. So if we look in here nice and close, there is the pink dots that we saw before. Those are all lined up, so get that buttoned up now. Put the clips back in, then just keep the cables kind of tucked out of the way. There we go. And then grab our 21mm, just get that fed back in for now. Hand tight. Oh geez. And then we'll grab just small impact, just get it kind of was a little louder than I was expecting there, but she's in, so give her a nice little feel. But I'm gonna torque that down, I'm gonna find out the torque spec, we'll get that back in place. But yeah, other than that, actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll find the torque spec, we'll get that hammered back in, but that should be, I think, 60 pound-foot torque there, so I don't think she's gonna come out, but let's give her one little extra. Nope, she didn't work on that. All right, I'm gonna stop here, go find out the torque spec, I'll get that hammered back in, and we'll be back, okay? Okay, so double check the torque spec there. 30 to 35 pound-foot torque is what I seem to be able to find on some of the forums and some of the other listings, so got that down and in place there. 30 to, actually I went like 33, so is what it is. But yeah, just gonna get these last 3 wires kind of fed in, so get them back in the little, oh, this was that little clamp thing that I was talking about earlier. Basically it just kind of undoes, and then when you push it back in, it'll lock in place. So gonna get these cables back through here. Oh. Definitely don't want to break anything, because that would not be a cheap thing to replace. Oh, nice little click. So before, when I was saying I wasn't sure if they were color coordinated, they are. Oh, I can't really turn on the interior light here, but purple, purple, pink, pink. So basically just line it back up, click it back in place. Make sure she's straight in there though. And then this little guy here goes back down in its little home. Down, down. Well, that's being frustratingly complicated. Oh, one second here. Oh, never mind. I was putting it in upside down. So that's a good reason why it wouldn't work there. There we go. So, and that is that. Then we just kind of line it back up, make sure all of our wires are tucked in there. And from what I understand and have read, just basically get our nice back in place and then
I think that's it. Yeah, she's locked in there. Now, the last little, most satisfying bit of all, fresh plastics. Oh, let's do it with this hand so y'all can see. Oh, let's bring the light closer too. Let's get in here. Let's get it. Oh, definitely don't want to blind y'all. Oh, here we go. Ready? Ah, perfect. And then, oh, look, we get even the second one up here too. Oh, a third one. Oh, lucky day. There we go. So, beautiful, fresh little look. Combination of the paddles now with the Alcantara steering wheel and then our new NGS button. So, nice little look in here. Next up, we got a couple more N Performance parts. N Performance parts to put in, but I think tonight all I'm going to do is replace the side door or the side sills with the N Performance ones, and then really need to vacuum the car. So worry about that, but get this fitted out again and test it out. Make sure that everything's working. Everything's all plugged in, so I don't imagine there are going to be any worries. But obviously, I want to check because that would suck if it's not, because then I have to pull everything back off. But I'll keep you updated, and then tomorrow, like I said, we'll take it out for a drive. But just one more little listen here on that. That's refreshing. So, yeah. All right. All right. So, I don't know if it's just getting late or what the case is, but got the first side off. The original N door sill. Grabbed the one out of the bag. Was like, all right, sweet, N Performance. Super excited. Walked my little self over to the door. Looked at it. Put it down on the door sill and went, what the heck is going on? Did I order the wrong part? Like, I'm super confused. Nope, just turns out I just wasn't thinking. As many of you know, some of you may not know, the Veloster, being one of those, like, gotta be different cars or whatever you want to call it, has 3 doors. So driver's side door, bigger than the passenger side door. So me and my infinite wisdom grabbed the driver's side door sill, walked over to the passenger door, went to put it in. So it's one of those days. But super easy to take out. It literally, you just, as you see on the back of it here, you literally just grab a nice little plastic pry tool, pop it out. It's pretty easy. Literally, it'll take about 30 seconds if you grab the right one. So, top tip for the day. All right, well, let's get on over there and pop in the passenger one after I unwrap it here, because, like I said, I unwrapped and took the wrong one to the door. All right, pardon the incredibly dirty Tux mat. Shout out to Tux mat. But yeah, literally just pop that in. I just pulled this up to just kind of show you. You don't actually have to pull that up there to get this in. But yeah, just kind of literally lays underneath the plastics there. Still have the protective cover on there for now, but let's get this stuff all folded back in here. Oops. Pretty easy door trim here. Oops, switch hands. Oh, of course. It's making me a liar. Alright. Yep. Gonna fix that little bump there right now, but as you can see, she's kind of back in place. Super easy to do. As long as you grab the right one, turns out. Alright. There she be. Alright, so got the passenger side done, got the driver's side done, but we got special guest little man here. Alright, so he was able to get the other side popped out there, and he's ready to give her a peel. So 1 second, let's zoom in. Alright, give her a peel. And that is that.
again, I apologize for the super dirty floor mats. She's getting washed up in the next little while there. So, and performance sills and performance wheel with the Sxth Element paddles, and then again the new. This is actually out of a Kona N, which is, I know, as you guys know, one of my other cars there. So this is going to be a little bit more familiar and just a little bit refreshing in the Veloster N. So other than that, we're done for tonight, and yeah, let's carry on with the next project. All right, here we go. So first drive with the new steering wheel, everything all installed and set to go. So far, the only thing I'm noticing with the buttons that doesn't work is the adaptive cruise control button, purely because the car is not equipped with it. But other than that, steering assist and lane keep assist, everything's all working. Cruise control menu buttons, as well as the N button, and then of course the NGS button. So everything is just beautiful at this point. The only thing that I'm going to change is with the paddles. I did put them on the back of the magnetic assembly. I'm going to have to switch them to the front, just purely so I have a little bit more finger space between my fingers and the arms for like your indicators and your steering or your wipers. Other than that, let's flip this around here. So it's got a in N custom mode. So I'm going to just oh yeah, that's a beautiful sound. So along with that, I am extremely excited to basically get out and drive more and play around with these. So I'm gonna end here now. Just basically another view of the steering wheel here. Like I said, absolutely love how this OEM plus look is. And yeah, next up's gonna be the shifter as well as the rest of the stuff. So a little bit more, I'll probably get some more footage, some B-roll stuff here as well, and then kind of go into the next video. Alrighty guys, thanks again for watching, and yeah, stay tuned for more.